everybody, we're back here again. Did you guys see that video I made about? I hope you guys like it, and yeah. So I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel and everything. Don't mind. that looks so fitty. That fits. Coding. Don't look. If you see that Beetlejuice, don't tell me. Oh, I upgraded my thing. My videos. And here are my subscribers. These are my. This is chills and everything. Alright, today we might be. They might be those two when I made about those fan arts. I hope they've seen it. Because I am reacting to one of the videos of Chills. I'm scared of Chills. He's scary. And he did not make a new video, so I'm gonna pick the video what's on top. Sure. Yeah, I'm scared now. I'm just getting the chills.
Today's supposed to be the day you've been out of prison, my man. You know you're rock bottom when the parole officers are this, right? Trust me,
I like ads.
If you think you are an expert at figuring out creepy stuff,
God,
let's see if
me.
you are able to solve these unexplained videos. Number 5.
Oh, has to load.
Night has fallen and Franco TV is re-exploring this potentially haunted cemetery in Florida.
I feel really scared. The right moment I just paused it.
For signs of the paranormal, he doesn't even get through the front door before his flashlight mysteriously stops working, which is exactly what happened when he's come here before, so I think it's probably real.
my mag light is not working.
It isn't long before he's hearing scary noises and seeing strange shadows that do not belong to him. Eventually, he adds a second night vision camera that he hopes to catch a ghost with. After hearing more creepy noises coming from all over, he focuses across the cemetery and finally captures something weird on camera.
I literally just heard a noise down here.
Did you hear that? What? I think I just seen.
Holy.
In a dark room appears to be a ghostly figure, a woman in a chair with her back turned.
That's not a ghostly figure, that's a woman for real. Oh, that looks so scary looking. I will never be near that thing, man. I will never make that out alive.
The possible apparition does not say anything or react to the light being shined directly on her, which is beyond creepy. By the time he reaches the dark room, it's empty once again. No objects have been moved, and the chair is still facing the same direction, like no one was ever there to begin with. Yet Franco is not convinced that he is alone, and rightfully so.
I keep freaking hearing stuff out here.
The ghost and the ghost hunter continue to play a game of haunted hide-and-seek until Franco has one last ghost sighting while walking around the perimeter of the cemetery.
Hello? Ma'am.
Oh my god. Oh no! That's the worst thing happened! So, if you know who that is, it's Scarlet again. Can I have some of your rice? Yummy rice. Back to the video.
You need help?
Oh my god.
Do you need help?
She doesn't say a word at him, but this time she does look over twice, and then back at a marker, possibly her own. When she turns to him, you can just barely see the outline of a scary face. It almost looks like she has empty hollow sockets for eyes.
Ew.
Yeah. Not doing that.
Now here's what I don't understand. Franco finally gets what could be a real ghost sighting on camera, and all he has to do is walk a few meters to get one of the clearest
I'm joking. Okay, I'm over it now. Good luck. I'm eating my rice. When I'm eating some of my sister's rice.
videos of a ghost up close. He could finally be the ghost hunter who proves once and for all that paranormal spirits are real. And yet he just walks away in the opposite direction. I guess he must have been really creeped out to turn down this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to prove that ghost sightings are real. Or maybe this was somebody pretending to be a ghost. Tell me which one you think it was. Number 4.
I don't know.
A YouTuber named Grasshopper222 captures an outbreak of paranormal proportions in his house when he goes on a short vacation. A brand new security cam system meant to monitor his housekeeper instead records some of the scariest CCTV moments of his life that makes him come home sooner than normal. This creepy doll is the first of many objects caught moving by itself. Grasshopper222 thinks a ghost moves it, but I think someone could be hiding around the corner with a string, so I wouldn't exactly call this solid paranormal evidence. At 2 minutes, the doll appears to wave hello, so that's weird. Unless that's just where the string is tied, then it's fake. It's too bad he doesn't include video of the other room to show no one is there. Anyway, this barely noticeable glare is a reflection from where the television turns on, either by itself or with a remote control. A cushion is thrown off the couch and another object falls over by itself soon after, both of which could be on strings. But look again at how the water bottle moves, or more specifically, how it lands. At 43 seconds, the falling object appears to catch on nothing, almost like a ghost pushed it over and caught it in midair. Meanwhile, in the other room,
Ew. What? My door just packed up and it's making big chills. I didn't know there's that him. You hit all. Okay, that's enough. I'm full in the mouth. Need more. No. Trying to get me fatter? I hate this so much. This is so creepy.
a ghost opens the door and slams it shut.
Oh, that scared me.
Then the ghost moves more objects. A cabinet, cup, red box, and other household objects all move on their own. But there's one big problem. Something that just doesn't quite add up. The camera angle looks slightly different than before. So unless the housekeeper readjusted the camera, I think this amateur ghost video might not be real after all. Then again, with all of the other creepy stuff flying around, I guess the moving camera is also well within its capabilities. Number 3.
Did you guys see that? I just seen a string. Oh my God.
Again, with
Look
all
in
of
the
the
corner
other
where the
creepy
books
stuff
are.
flying around, I guess the moving camera is also well within.
See? A red string was there.
Tell Chills now, because he's one of his new videos.
Chill's right. It's a fake.
Within its capabilities.
Okay, let's
Number
get off
3. Sergey Kavi is an expert volunteer who helps endangered wildlife. He shared this extremely bizarre sighting caught on video somewhere in East Russia and was surprised when the video went viral all throughout the country in barely 7 days. In the video, a polar bear walks by with a strange message on its side. The cryptic phrase T34 is evenly stenciled in large black markings that extend from its back to midsection seemingly for no reason at all. I thought this may have been for tracking purposes, but Kavi says that researchers would not do this to a polar bear because it would make them stand out against the snow and be unable to catch prey. I agree that there are other ways researchers would probably do this, like a tag on the ear or a GPS chip. The bear walks normally, so it was not recently sedated by researchers, and it does not seem to be otherwise agitated or in distress. The local population is very small and close-knit. No one knows what this message means, and nobody admits to putting it there.
Oh, creak, creak, creak. My bed will go creak. That thing. There's some far away.
Or you're not now. Put the bowl in the sink.
It's not something the average person could do without paying the ultimate price. After a lot of pressure from the public, a very small research outpost did eventually confess to putting the markings on. A problem bear that was going through the trash of a local neighborhood. They used large letters as a way for people to identify the bear and report the sighting. According to them, the markings were designed to wear off after 2 weeks and the bear was eventually relocated. It sounds like a reasonable explanation, but rumors continue to spread about this incident. Some people say that this isn't a true story, and that the polar bear may have been used in a project we weren't supposed to know about. The bear does not look to be outwardly experimented on, but it does look well fed and unafraid of humans, and if it didn't escape from a research base, then maybe it was released by one on purpose as part of a controlled experiment for who knows what. Based on this video, however, I think this was most likely a bear who is simply going through the trash too often. But I think there has to be a better way to track polar bears than a huge T34 marking on its side. This situation just seems bizarre. Number 2. A professional dog walker in Denmark is exploring the woods when her dogs sniff out one.
That's not anything. That is a brain. Look at that.
What is Hollywood? What is
The dog sniffed it out. It's scary.
Of the scariest things in the forest that she's ever seen. This
What the hell?
mysterious sighting is growing from the wood. A strange mutation deeply embedded with many wrinkled folds that her mind scrambles to piece together as a beehive. But that's not it at
it's a
all.
beehive or no?
To
No,
her
it's not even
horror,
a
she
beehive.
realizes that the creepy forest find more closely resembles a brain than anything else. The tree has apparently sprouted more eerie things as well. Here's another. I think I can hear it beat at 9 seconds. The Denmark woman finds more strange growths at the base of the tree. This one in particular looks like it could just be some kind of exotic mushroom. Nothing mysterious there, but the other thing next to it looks really weird, and I have no idea what the pure black center is. Experts suspect that all of what you are seeing is most likely a fungus of some sort. At least that's what they suspect. Even after watching this video, they are unable to explain exactly what type it is, especially
looks
the large pink
disgusting.
one that looks like a brain, which is one of the largest formations they've ever seen. So assuming the experts are right, I still wouldn't want to be anywhere near the world's largest unidentified cluster of mystery fungus. And when she looks up, I can see at least one face in the tree. So I think
Ew.
that's another indication to leave these potentially haunted woods and never return. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out.
Okay,
Number
then.
1.
I feel chills already. Watching from number 1.
I am Claire, your orbit driver.
I am Carly, your passenger.
Okay. We're back to the video. I'm scared now. I just don't feel right about this number 1. I meant number 1. I don't feel so good about this. I'm scared of it.
In January 2018, a Russian river randomly runs red. The scary
What
unexplained event
the-
at the Molchanka River leaves experts baffled, and no official explanation
What
has
the
been
hell?
released to this day. Let's take a closer look at the unsolved mystery years later and see if there's anything they've missed. Some people are seeing this as a warning and believe we must change our ways unless we want something even worse to happen in the future. That's really scary to think about, but I think there might be another component to the mystery. There are certain spots under the surface that still look relatively normal, so I think a layer of something is covering the water. Heavy levels of metal can also change the color of a river to red, so that's my guess. Officials have tested the water, but get this, the test results have mysteriously disappeared and never been made public. Freaky, right? What do you think is causing this?
Dead
To this
bodies.
day, the mystery remains unsolved. These videos are freaking creepy.
I feel so scared. Let's watch the next video then. I'm scared now.
These videos are freaking creepy. You know what word I want to use instead, so let's just leave it at that. Number 5. A man enters a restaurant in Split, Croatia, and helps himself not only to a chair, but to a customer's belongings as well. First, he enters loudly enough to make 2 women turn around and take notice. He was probably on a fake phone call and tried to play it cool, but fails miserably. He pretends to hang his jacket up on the chair and stretches out to try and swipe this black backpack. It doesn't work, and so, undeterred, he tries again. This time as one of the family members gets up, and he's about as close as he can be to getting caught here at 41 seconds, and so he knocks it to the floor while the older man is busy swapping out a more comfortable chair, covers it with his jacket, picks it up, and dips. They must have thought the odd fellow simply changed his mind about eating here. Only later did they realize he had gotten away with one of their travel documents. Obviously, this man has practiced this technique many times before, and probably targeted them because they looked like a tourist family. He has yet to be caught in the past 4 years, and most likely never will. So the next time you're at a restaurant, watch out for any odd characters sitting at a table near you. Number 4.
That's why I look at
There's
my
something
surroundings.
happening over Bryan, Texas that you don't want any part of.
That is so loud and so, like, eerie.
May 27th of 2020 is when it first started. A strange screaming in the sky, as a YouTuber named Daniel Robb puts it.
There's a sound screaming. It's like a scream. It's so freaking loud.
He steps outside and can't exactly pinpoint where it's coming from. It's in front of his house 1 minute, behind him the next.
Oh, gross, I just stepped in a bunch of mud. What is that sound? Now it sounds like it's coming from behind me.
This doesn't look like normal lighting. It's not even raining.
That is so scary. I get goosebumps. I don't know what that is. All right, I'm going back inside. I've had enough of the screaming band.
And he can hear it from within his house.
It literally sounds like it's coming from the sky.
2 days later, Daniel Robb is still understandably freaked out and noticing every last thing out of place. Back-to-back jets fly low past his house. Jets that he's never once in his life seen before. Tell me what kind of jets they are, and if you think they're heading off to investigate. At 8:30 that night, he hears the weird weather return, and he hears the sound again. It's coming in the same directions the jets were heading to before. At 2 minutes and 52 seconds, the outline of an odd object is briefly illuminated by a flash of lightning. It's not a cloud in my opinion, because there's nothing else like it anywhere else in the sky. So then what is it? Daniel isn't the only one to come forward with video evidence. A fellow YouTuber in Bryan, Texas, named Rusty Appadillo, posted from the very same night. He's
I
even
feel
closer
too
to the
scared to
source and we
watch
get a
this.
clearer sound. It's a scary scream coming from the woods, followed by a predator-like noise that Daniel is too far away to hear. In both videos, there's a strange flash of light whenever the scream is heard. It sounds like an audio recording on a loop if you ask me, but that can't be it because there's the strange lighting when it happens as well. If you live in Bryan, Texas, and have any more information, let us know. Or better yet, upload a video of it yourself and I'll try to take a look if I can. Number 3. Ricky Velasquez is the name of a YouTuber who goes to a small Mexican coastal town called Bejos de Mimoiha to investigate what they refer to only as an
I'm scared.
enigma. This area is where a woman once took the life of her son. He is led here by a respected village elder who stands before the wall and prays, hoping to get a communication. Meanwhile, Ricky walks around the perimeter and records what could be a woman's voice at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, perhaps the same woman who took the life of her own child. Ricky documents this spot with special tracking equipment for ghosts. I doubt you will ever see anything, but he knows what to look for, and so will you after I show you. Okay, check out this still frame at 25 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll point an arrow at the human-shaped figure and circle the demon-like shaped figure that's shrouded in shadows, red horns and all. This alone terrifies Ricky, but he doesn't want to interrupt his guide, so he quietly goes to where he saw it. He turns on a special bulb and detects movement where it was last standing. It's hard to saw it. He turns on a special bulb and
I
detects
didn't see it.
movement where it was last standing. It's hard to tell if this movement was a shadow person or just his own hand, so you tell
Ew.
me. Either way, fear makes him ditch his guide and run into the dark woods, a decision that he instantly regrets.
Oh my god.
Crouched in the shadows is the shape of a boy and a coyote. Apparently, they were watching from the shadows until he accidentally stumbles upon them. So ask Ricky and he'll tell you this legend is all too real. Number 2. Casey of a YouTube channel called Surviving
That is scary. I don't like that at all.
Louisiana took up ghost hunting as a hobby some time ago, though lately, ever since he was contacted by a spirit named Seth, his hobby has become a way of life, and not necessarily in a good way. He wakes up to a feeling of paranormal discomfort, so he pulls out 2 pieces of ghost hunting equipment, a program that lets him communicate with spirits, and an EMF meter to measure electricity in the air. He tells Seth to stand in front of the EMF meter, and sure enough, the ghost seems to respond.
You guys make this light up a lot. Good job. Good job.
I'm
There's a lot of
scared.
you here, huh?
The EMF meter holds a steady beep like a heartbeat, and the spirit box lets out a sigh. Seth is not afraid to tell Casey how it feels.
Very upset about it. Anger.
I think whatever program Casey's using is real, because he says out loud that Seth is upset, and then it detects Seth saying the word anger in response, or more like growling it. It kind of sounds like he says anger too, when you slow down the growl.
Anger.
Because he
They
did.
try to joke around with Seth, but the spirit is having none of it. Their mirth makes the green bar spike to orange, and their EMF beeps faster than ever. Go away, it writes. Casey thinks it's telling them to put away their spirit equipment, but I'm pretty sure it's ordering them out of their own home. That was on May 20th of 2020. 11 days later, Seth barges into their bedroom late at night for another session of angry EVPs. It says 3 scary words, and notice how the EMF meter beeps excitedly when Casey repeats them.
Anyway, it says can't hear you, and we're trying to figure out if it's threatening us or if it's explaining to us what's happening. We don't deal with threatening ghosts.
Keep in mind, this beeping is coming from a different piece of equipment, the EMF meter, which is on the opposite of the bed. It always seems to beep rapidly before the spirit box speaks.
Are you bad? Or are you good?
I definitely just heard a woman's voice say my baby more clearly than anything else so far. I would probably be out the door or
It's a baby. And why did it say anger? I'm gonna
even out
continue.
the window by now. But I guess after weeks of paranormal activity, Casey and his wife are used to Seth, and so they carry on. And that's when things get morbid fast. They show sympathy to the woman with a missing baby, and that's when Seth comes back through the box to unleash some more messed up phrases.
Well, I'm sorry you're not with them. I'm guessing. Shovel get any money out of this, because I'm not. Dispose. Ooh, growling.
My baby, shovel, dispose, growling. Just saying these words out loud creates enough of a picture for me. But then Seth really drives his psychopathic points home with another final phrase.
I've never seen it go that high. Hurt. Do you hurt?
I think he does. Not himself, though. Instead, those around him. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not life and go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out number 1.
Oh my god, it only has to do that. I'll pause it from here, okay? I am back.
Shayna McNeil of Queensland, Australia, is partying with her friends and getting wilder as the night goes on. It doesn't help that she has a large social media following encouraging her to do things she probably ordinarily wouldn't do on her own. To be honest, the video doesn't even really look that bad at first. I'm sure we've all made some pretty goofy videos with our friends before, so no harm there. It's only when they get in a car that the night gets out of control, and not in a fun way. The GPS keeps interrupting her song, and she pretends to get progressively madder each time. It's kind of funny, I guess, but what's not funny is how she hits the gas every time she gets fake mad. It's not safe, but by now she is loving the attention and takes to veering lanes. She barely manages to swerve back into her own lane and is too busy showing off for the camera. When they make one final mistake, she misses the first car but does not see the second one behind it. Hopefully this video can be a wake-up call to some drivers. No matter how strange a sense of humor you may have, never use your car as a prop, and if you're the passenger, never be afraid to tell your friend to watch the road or pay more attention when they drive. You might be saving their life. Some of these videos could be real, and some of them not.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna end it here. Goodbye, everybody.